to every single person who's on this platform today. But there are a lot of people and we end up talking a lot also. So sometimes I know some people get left behind, but we'll do it center-wise. So let's start with Bandra. Are there people here from Bandra?
Yeah,
Yes or
I'm
no?
from Bandra.
You're
Khushbu.
there. Okay, good. Hi, Khushbu. Okay, so
Hi.
we'll just start with one of the presentations from your center to start with. And I'm going to go really quickly because I really want to achieve more.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you guys have questions, please ask. And I hope everyone's doing well. That I didn't ask when I started. Sorry. Khushbu. Okay, we'll start with you. So basically what we're going to do is spend about maximum of 10 minutes per presentation. If you guys have any questions over and above this, you can always send a message and that can come. The question can come to me directly, or you can also put the message in the chat, the question in the chat that you have, and then with your name and your center, and then I can always send that response back in some sort of way. Okay. So let's start off with Khushbu's work. Khushbu, do you want to really quickly, okay, quickly, when I say quickly, I mean you've got 5 minutes to explain what is your inspiration and what you've tried to show us over here, okay?
Okay. So my inspiration is basically how fashion has evolved with the evolution of women on the whole. How if women progress, fashion also progresses according to her needs at that moment. So if she's in the work life more, then it's more work related. If she's more like the dressing up kind, like from 1930s and all, then it was more dressier and it was less utility based. So quick coming to now where COVID and other things are happening, the economic downfall is up ahead of us probably. So the women will be required to work, and all fashion will be oriented to be fashionable, stylish, yet something which is reusable for women, which they can quickly put on without having to iron much, or they can just swap a jacket out and it becomes a party wear along with being a workwear. So something which is very quick and easy to use. So I've had the idea of a collection which has multiple pieces of clothing which can be mixed match in any way that required. So any top can go with any bottom and any jacket can go with anything. And you remove the jacket, it becomes a casual wear. You put on the jacket, it's a workwear sort of a thing. And I've kind of embellished with a lot of tailoring details since the garments are very comfortable. I've not explored much silhouette wise. The silhouettes will be loose, comfort fit, stylish, little nomadic, because women travel a lot nowadays and they know the world more than women of 1940s, which I've referred to the Great Depression period and all. So there's a little nomadic style to it, but moreover, the whole clothing style is very comfort fit and nice with tailoring details, pockets and tie-ups and all that to make the garment look interesting, along with giving it utility and purpose. Also, I've added shibori and tie and dye and pleat, soft pleats, accordion pleats, to give it a feminine touch, along with it being a very androgynous outfit.
Okay, so I think when you're talking about your inspiration, it's a nice inspiration. You're talking about women, the relevance of women, the fact that women are doing so much, all that works. My only issue when I hear you say it to me and when I see your presentation is I feel like the whole nomadic part of it and the whole tie and dye part of it seems a bit forced. I don't really think we need it very much. So sometimes again, like this happens quite often, like it could be in your keywords, like I can see it, like if the sheet you're looking at right now, this is for everybody, please look at this. She's made a full mind map where she's got women in fashion in the center, and then she's kind of moved out, feminine, soft and flowy. So I can see that nomadic comes from the traveler vibe. But when you're talking about women and fashion and empowerment, that isn't the most important aspect of it. Like you already have things that you're focusing on. Like, for example, this kind of imagery is great. You've got this little bit of like, these images talk about strength in the women. There's a bit of like a quirkiness to it. It's very illustrative in nature. You've got that going on. Then again, your other inspiration images are also illustrations. You're not really looking at a particular person or a particular woman and talking about it. But you're still talking about women in different forms and shapes. And then you're talking about iconic women, right? So
Yeah.
which also still works. It still comes in because you're saying that women have the strength to be what we are right now because we had icons to look up to, and the icons set trends. They set like fashion. They set new rules in the way women are supposed to be. So even all this makes a lot of sense. But then I feel like when you suddenly try and squeeze in the nomadic with it, I don't see it in any of the inspiration images above, right? As iconic women, illustrations of women, femininity, form, shape, and then you're talking about strength of women. So that nomadic and traveler feels a little forced. Do you agree? If you look back at it like that?
Little bit, yes. Actually, from nomadic, I just wanted when women are in workforce right now, they have their own style and sense of purpose and identity now. So it's not like if I'm working, then I have to dress in a tailored pantsuit only anymore.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I wanted to add that little feminine softness to it, for which I needed pleats and shibori.
But why shibori?
So
Why do you need
I gave
shibori
it the
and pleats
angle of
for that?
nomadic.
But why can't there be something else that's feminine? Why do you think tie and dye is feminine?
It's more individual. It's unique basically, that every shibori pattern is unique to it, showing that how every woman is an individual in itself and has a different identity.
But that's different
Which is
from saying feminism. That's a
why
much
I
better.
really connected to shibori.
But like what you're saying right now makes a lot more sense than just saying that I'm taking
The
shibori
feminism,
for the
I've taken
femininity.
pleats and
But you understand saying to you, right? The reason I'm asking you these questions is that I want you guys to understand that when you may have that reason in your head, but when it doesn't come across in the presentation, people are going to ask you these things.
Yeah,
So when
it
you
doesn't connect that.
when you tell me that tie and dye makes a lot more sense because it's got that individual nature where every tie and dye is a bit different and women are that. You're saying, that makes a lot more sense for us. Whoever else's mic is on, who's not speaking, can you all put it on mute? You can unmute yourself if you have a question, but just put it on mute if you're not talking. Yeah, thank you. Also, when you talk about the whole pleating part of it being feminine, I'm going to question you about that one too. So why do you say pleating is feminine?
So I'm not taking the strict box pleats or anything like that. I'm taking fluid asymmetric pleats. I'm taking accordion preset pleats, where along with feminism, they add lines and authority also, where they're adding length. They have a lot of structure in themselves. So along with being feminine, they have this structure. So I'm going to use pleats in flowy skirts, or flowy sleeves or something, where it's adding the fluidity also, but along with it, it remains authoritative and structured.
Okay. I'm just looking at now your final inspiration images.
Right.
This works fine. It talks about like women earlier in that era you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this picture where you're talking about, you've got a little bit of a write-up in it, which is also fine. It's fine. But what I'm feeling is like there's a lot of like back and forth. Like you've got so many ideas that you want to express through this one inspiration.
I think we've lost
Hello?
Karishma.
I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah.
Okay. So, can you hear me now? The lights have actually gone over here. So hence I'm having a problem. Okay. So, what happens is that you've got so many ideas that you want to express in it, but I think those ideas are not coming across in the time you choose your inspiration images. So when I see your trend research and when I speak with you, I get it. But the minute I go into your imagery, I get a little confused again, because nothing that you're talking about, like if you're talking about lines to show authority, then we need more lines in your inspiration images also, right? So you need to rethink the imagery that you've used for sure. Right now, this imagery is too generic. This imagery that I've got in front of you with the steps and all, it seems a bit too generic to me. You need to bring in more, like you're talking about strength, lines, the pleats. Every time you're taking an inspiration, just because it's a woman doesn't mean I need a woman's photo on your picture. You can also start branching out and looking for other images that support your idea, right? When you look at and this is for everybody, when you're looking at your project, keep going back and forth and trying to see whether it still makes sense based on what you're saying to me. Is that still reflective in the work coming through? right? So assumptions like, pleats is feminine, or assumptions like tie-dye is feminine, need to be backed up with the imagery and the keywords to support that. So right now, when you say tie-dye is unique, could we probably have some imagery that showcases that? Doesn't have to be of tie and dye, but of that fact that every woman is different. So maybe you just have like a page which has got women in 100 different forms, like the
I
different
have
forms
that.
of
I
women.
have that women. I have one of, not now, the earlier pages. I have that.
So do you feel like maybe you need to bring that
Yeah.
back? If that's an important
Yeah.
picture, then that needs
Correct.
to come back, because that's a different
Right.
phase and this is a different phase. So I want you to
Right.
bring
Right.
that picture back up to your inspiration
Okay.
right now and your
Right.
shortlisting. Okay.
Right.
So we're moving forward. So every step that you guys progress in the design project, you're basically taking information and moving forward. So if something's really important, please pick it up and bring it forward too. Okay. So we've come down. I want you to add those images.
See, this is the image where I'm showing women in different sectors and how every woman is different.
Okay. Okay, fine.
So I'm showing all different women over there.
And for me, like, this picture is nice, but maybe you can add a few more pictures in. I think we're missing a few of the qualities that you're talking about through visual references. We're still missing those. This works, Audrey Hepburn.
Okay.
But this is also very tailored still. So if you're going to talk about androgyny at some point, then we need those images to come in also.
Androgyny is more like Jackie Kennedy, and even if you see Diana, Princess Diana, it is more androgynous.
Like from here onwards.
Yeah.
But
So
also, if you look at the trend, when you're talking about comfort and trend, so what I'm basically, my feedback to you is, you have the information, right? You have this, you have the images, you have it going on for you. But when you're saying in androgyny, it's supposed to be loose and comfy. When I come to your inspiration, I'm looking for loose and comfy. Right? So you need to link your work.
No, but then inspiration, the thing is, the inspiration is idealistic women who have changed fashion.
Right.
That is the inspiration. So I don't want it to be a very tangible inspiration where I put the picture and I'm replicating that thing on this thing. So the idea is just that women have the capacity to change fashion or move the direction of fashion. So that's why the women who are iconic women are on the inspiration.
So that's okay. They can be on the inspiration. It's not a problem. But when you talk to me and say that, my trend analysis has brought me to a point where androgyny, because you use the word, I didn't use it. You use the word comfortable, loose fitting. So when you say comfort and loose fitting, and then in your inspiration, you've got all these lovely images of, Diana wearing like a tailor jacket. And suddenly when you start drawing loose silhouettes and androgyny, then that disconnect is again going to happen. Right? So no one's saying that you need to put a picture of a person wearing an androgynous garment, because eventually as a designer, you need to design the new definition of androgyny, right?
Correct.
But but when I look at your inspiration board, like, see, eventually we're going to have only one sheet, which is going to be like your inspiration board, right? That inspiration board should give you enough information on where you're headed to. It doesn't have to be a garment of maybe, like, say human does androgyny. I'm not asking you to put a picture of an androgynous garment made by human on your inspiration board. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that if you're looking at that aspect too, then that needs to be reflective in your images. You can't say it and then not show it and then draw it.
It's there in the trend analysis and above pages. So should I repeat it again?
That's what I'm saying. Yes, that's what I'm saying to you. So when you look at every single phase, you have to keep picking up the important thing and taking it forward. Don't forget
and
the
put
important
it back.
things. Correct. So when you're coming, when you're narrowing down to your final inspiration, everything you found above needs to, and this is feedback for everybody. I see this happening as a very common thing for a lot of different people. So hers is a good example to talk about. And this is happening in a lot of people's work, where we've done the work, then we move to the next section, then we move to the third section, but instead of taking everything from the top section and putting everything that's relevant, we're assuming कि ऊपर है वापस क्यों डालना है, which is a normal way of reacting, but it needs to be there because we are actually now going on focusing on your inspiration. Okay, does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
So also I want you to change this definition of tie and dye, because tie and dye, based on what you've written here, would not work. Now when we come forward to design development, right, you've got this power play, you can see that coming through. You've got the brighter colors, darker colors, you've got the neutral colors. So, that's again subjective, so that works. This is a very interesting palette that you have, and the way you've created it is quite nice. Did you create the image or did you get the image?
Partially I got it and partially I've created it.
Okay. Even the choice of fabrics is non-debatable because you've got linen, you've got cotton, jersey. So I can see soft, I can see, drapey, I can see slightly stiffer with the denim. So that is also there. The tie and dye cottons, once we bring the story on top, this would still work over here. That's fine. Now, when you say a collection of mix and match, what do you mean by that?
I mean, it's individual pieces. Like all jackets, I plan it should be in neutral colors. May or may not be reversible. So basically, where you can pair it with any outfit, and it's just the tops or dresses which will be a little more colorful and more interesting in silhouette or design.
And where do you pick up? Where do you decide, or how are you deciding what your silhouette's supposed to be?
Like how everything will remain.
But how are you choosing these silhouettes? Like, why are you choosing this kind of like a high neck? Why do you have
like I've explained before, that I want a little androgynous style along with it being a little feminine. I wanted tailored details because according to my trend analysis also there's a lot of collar details or stitch lines or pocket details which I wanted to add. So all those things I've added in the silhouettes. The jackets I've kept tailored, yet they are comfortable and not extremely tight fitted or figure hugging. That was the whole idea.
And things like these pouch pockets and all, is it more for functionality?
Functionality and style, both.
So do you feel like maybe we can have some more references of these also, which could be, what we could do is as a part of the project where you have your inspiration images, maybe we can also do a bit of referencing of the different styles that, like for example, you're saying different kinds of collars, right? Or different kinds of pockets. So just the aspect of functionality. You have, okay. So maybe you just want to put a little bit more aspects of functionality in it. So we know that functionality is a very key element of your inspiration.
Yeah, correct.
So now again, like, see, you've got a keyword like asymmetry that's come here. Asymmetry, flare and drapes. You've got
so that I think I will add the individuality aspect above. So asymmetry is also for the same reason where every woman is different and unique.
Okay. And also, guys, we also expect the kids who are doing the design projects not to do such few illustrations. So I want you all to do a lot more. Okay. So don't just think like 5 is enough. 5 is really not enough. So what you need to do is build on these ideas, revisit your pages on top and build on the ideas and I don't know, we'll have to figure out by the end of this whether you send it to me or we'll speak to you again. I'll let you know. But for you, the feedback has to be reshuffling on top. Okay, just ensuring that link is not broken at any point of time and just re-looking at a few more silhouettes, because if I look at these, there's only tops and there's only jackets and only bottoms, right? So do you think that you want to look at maybe different lengths of pants, different lengths of skirts? If I start to lay all these out in one line, everything looks like it's either long or it's knee length. Is there a particular reason for that? But do you think a collection should have a variation in it?
No, I've kept it knee length or it's midi length because it's supposed to work as workwear as well as casual.
So we're very clear that we're doing a workwear collection over here. That's what we're doing.
Anything which is it has being that even she can go out in the same outfit, sort of a thing.
Okay.
So because since my whole focus is how women today will require to work, and workwear will be the most important outfit for them.
Okay, because in this kind of, again, if you had kept the nomadic at this point, nomadic would anyways get scrapped because it's
I'll remove the whole nomadic
aspect. Just remove that whole aspect, do some more variations of these. So even if you're talking like, this is really interesting, like this wraparound pant and stuff, because it's got this vibe of the pant and the skirt with it, So those things where you're bringing in this masculine element and a feminine element is what androgyny is all about. So maybe you want to explore those ideas a little bit more to make it more interesting. Otherwise, then they become too generic. The silhouettes end up becoming too generic. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Do we have anyone over here from... One second. Okay. From Baroda, the Baroda Center, anyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Who's here?
This is Ruchi Mehta.
Yeah.
Ruchi, if we could see you.
Sorry, ma'am. I have a very low connectivity of my net.
Okay.
No problem. See, everyone's suffering from the same thing. Everyone's using the internet so much. What are we supposed to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's go through your presentation, Ruchi.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
Quickly give us a small introduction of what it is that you're inspired by.
Okay. Could I speak in Hindi?
In
I'm very
whatever
comfortable.
language, whatever language you want, no problem.
Okay, thank you. Actually, मैंने research किया India पर and clothings and उनके different types और something like monuments है, heritages है, techniques है, printing है, prints है, different type of weavings और वो सब मैंने search किया and then मैंने second slide में डाला है हड़प्पा मोहनजोदारो and old India and new India को search किया then के techniques printing and all then monuments and वो सब मैंने यहाँ पे search किया था इन मेरे जो inspiration मैंने लिया था okay यार मैंने यहाँ पे डाला था 2021 के जो ट्रेंड चल रहे थे मोडा के एंड वो यहाँ पे डाले हैं तो स्पाइसेस के कलर्स के हिसाब से यहाँ पे मैंने देखा कि लाइक ये वाले ट्रेंड चल रहे हैं एक्स्ट्रा सिल्वेट्स
स्पाइसेस कलर से क्यों आपने रिलेट किया उसको?
नहीं एक्चुअली मैंने पहले ट्रेंड देखा तो ट्रेंड के अंदर मुझे कुछ ऐसे जो टेक्निक कलर्स होते हैं इंडियन कलर्स ब्राइट कलर्स वो यहाँ पे मुझे मिले तो मैंने यहाँ पे वो सब चीज कनेक्ट किया था.
ओके हेलो I think we lost her.
Disconnected, yes.
Yeah. Okay, it's fine. We can move on to the next person, and then if she comes back, we can talk to her again. I'll keep her open. Okay, so can we have someone from Chandigarh? Do we have from Chandigarh in the house? Anyone from Chandigarh over here? Apart from Jasleen?
Yeah.
Who's there?
Aniti is here. Jigyasa.
Divya is also here.
We'll do that. We'll do Aniti from Chandigarh.
Yeah.
Aniti and Gurpreet.
Mostly our faculties are there from Chandigarh.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'll start with Aniti and Gurpreet. Okay, can you guys see it?
Yeah.
So do you want to quickly talk us through your inspiration?
Yes, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening. Yes. Continue.
Sorry. So our inspiration was Nilambar. Earlier it was my heart, my love bleed blue. So I was reborn again. So आपने हमें
Is this
बोला
the
था
right
कि
presentation? Is this the right presentation? No. Aniti. This is on Moonstone.
Ma'am, that's a brainstorming word. Basically, the
It's the same presentation, na? But
yes, ma'am. Yes,
correct
ma'am.
one. हाँ. ठीक.
Yes, ma'am. So basically, जितना भी हमारा sorry लॉकडाउन में ड्यूरिंग लॉकडाउन जो भी हमारा नेचर में जितना भी चेंजेस आए हैं ये उसी से इंस्पायर्ड था बिकॉज इन मार्च देयर वाज अ डे जब मून का एक पूरा फुल बिगर साइज में था वर्जन सो उसी से इंस्पायर होके हमने अपनी इंस्पिरेशन को लिया था मून सो बेसिकली मून के हमने डिफरेंट फेसेस इसमें दिखाए हैं सो एक्लिप्स के बारे में है इसमें मून का एक्चुअली में रिलेशन विद द नाइट के बारे में हमने इसको यहाँ पे पोर्ट्रे किया है कि जैसे साइन ऑफ होप
स्निगल्स वाले में या फिर अबैकस के बाद
Can everyone else mute their mics because otherwise it keeps shifting to them. Yeah. Continue.
Yes, ma'am. So this is basically our research work. This is different phases of moon eclipse and moon का जितना भी हमारा जो लाइफ सर्कल रहता है. So we have related this theme with the phoenix also because phoenix का भी same है कि वो भी एक बारी डाई होके दोबारा से रीबॉर्न होता है. And this is basically a trend analysis. में हमने जो डाला है मतलब इट्स अ वेरी ह्यूज गारमेंट्स वेरी स्टेटमेंट शोल्डर्स जो ट्रेंड में हैं अभी सो दिस आर द डिफरेंट डिजाइनर्स ट्रेंड एनालिसिस
So what is your final inspiration focused on?
Ma'am, this the final inspiration is basically the timings and the relation between the moon and the night basically so that time मतलब that उसमें जो color story है या उसमें जो feelings हैं like it's a hope it's a sign of a hope कि रात के बाद सवेरा होगा या you know एक moon की एक light है एक silver lining है एक अंधेरे में एक moon एक hope की तरह मतलब है So
when you write that you put the phoenix also, like I'm reading your concept note, and in your concept note you have a line at the end of the thing saying it is a phoenix which bleeds blue. ये कहाँ से आया?
तो मैम बेसिकली फिनिक्स हमने ब्लीड ब्लू इज बेसिकली हमने उस जब मून खत्म हो जाता है अपना टाइम पीरियड के बाद मून नहीं दिखता है सो उस नाइट में जो एक ब्लू एंड डार्क कलर होता है सो उस डार्क कलर्स को हमने एक्चुअली में फिनिक्स से थोड़ा रिलेट किया बिकॉज फिनिक्स का भी सेम है कि वो मतलब वो रीबॉर्न होता है एक टाइम पे वो खत्म हो जाता है एंड देन वो रीबॉर्न होता है उसी से हमने फिनिक्स से हमने उस नाइट एंड मून के रिलेशन को स्टार्ट किया है कि उस रात के बाद मून दोबारा से एक सिल्वर लाइनिंग में एक होप के साथ दोबारा से आता है मतलब बेसिकली एक मून की तरफ से है कि अर्लियर तभी मैंने हम लोगों ने इसका नाम बेसिकली ये लिखा था माय लव ब्लीड ब्लू so I was reborn again so you told us to just change the name because it was so long so we changed it from Nilambar.
Okay, so I think do you think that actually you're missing some reference imagery in your inspiration you know the phases of the moon you've got so many pictures of the moon do you think that you need to add in more imagery also to support because you started from one place हम शुरू हुए थे moon से but we've moved on beyond that you're talking more about color about like you know the night turning into day you're talking about the phoenix coming so do you feel like your inspiration imagery needs to also include some of that stuff अभी सुनाई दे रहा है
Yes ma'am
okay so I'm saying that do you think that your inspiration imagery it starts from the moon which is fine I can see that I understand that but do you think you can add in more images like sometimes we don't have to always be so literal right we can also we start from one idea then the idea keeps growing aap moon se shuru hue aap phoenix tak pahunche so can we also have some of that reflecting off your inspiration board
okay ma'am
yeah so maybe like that whole idea talking about merging like for example this can you see this picture when I'm circling now
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
so
Yes.
lovely because it talks about it coming together, the color, the layers, that that brightness is there, but it's still
Yes,
got
ma'am.
like so much texture in it. So maybe
Yes,
even
ma'am.
this picture, like it makes sense because there's got like two people. It's like a union of sorts, and there's also wings on it, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
maybe we need to add in some more imagery that is not just the moon, but other things like these,
Okay,
which
ma'am.
will complete your visual referencing. Okay, because as
Okay.
you move forward in your inspiration, when I start looking at your silhouettes, my question becomes like, where are your silhouettes coming from? Which we'll get to when we get there. But if you're talking about your color story, this color story works. I think this one works quite well. Like it's
Yes,
got it's got like this, it's like hues and tints. It's not 5 different colors, because your inspiration has like one color fading into the other color, fading into the other color. So it makes sense, right? So that's fine. This one is too blue. I think that bit of red is nicer, because when you look at the moon in the time you're talking about,
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
not just black and white and blue. There are other colors too.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
do look at a color story which has those tints and tones. So I think your first one is nicer for sure. Even the third one's quite nice for that matter. Just the second one is too monotonous.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
that decision you guys can take, because it's finally your design work.
Yes, ma'am.
Fabrics are also fine. Chiffon, silk, chanderi makes sense. It's got a shine. It's translucent. It's
Yes,
light,
ma'am.
flowy. That works, no problem.
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
in your silhouette study, you guys have added this bit now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You added this new part in, right? Okay, cool.
Mm.
So you've written down what you're taking your inspiration from, because my initial problem with this was that there was no clarity of where it was coming from, right? So can you talk to us about your silhouette now?
So मैम बेसिकली हमने इसको बहुत ज्यादा वेस्टर्न लुक नहीं दिया था. वी वर ट्राइंग कि हम लोग बहुत ज्यादा इसको प्रेथ लुक में ट्राई करेंगे. बहुत वेरिएबल गारमेंट्स होंगे जिसमें हमने बहुत फ्लोई फैब्रिक्स लिए हैं एंड थोड़े ट्रांसपेरेंसी फैब्रिक्स लिए हैं, बिकॉज जैसे आपने वो पिक्चर हमें बताई है मून एंड क्लाउड वाली, सो उसी पिक्चर से ही रिलेटेड था कि हम लोग टेक्निक्स भी उसी पे वर्क करेंगे कि जिसमें थोड़ी सी ट्रांसल्यूसेंट और थोड़ी सी ट्रांसपेरेंसी भी रहेगी, टेक्निक्स कभी अंदर होंगी या बाहर होंगी. सो उसी से रिलेटेड हमने थोड़ी सी लेयर्स ऐड किए हैं, इसमें रफल्स ऐड किए हैं एंड मोर ऑफ लाइक वेरी फ्लेयर्ड शोल्डर्स एंड स्लीव्स.
No, I think again, this is one more issue I'm having, is that everyone is so rushed to make these final sketches with a description next to it that I don't see anyone really like exploring. Like, I mean, it's pretty, no doubt. I'm not debating pretty hai, nahi hai, acha hai. That's not my thing. My point is that just, can we spend more time in just drawing? And this is what we want the students to do also. We just want them to spend more time in experiments, in drawing, in translating. So for example, what I've opened right now, ye wala, it's a very nice silhouette. It's very interesting. I can see the flare, I can see the frill. But don't you feel like the repetition of the frill and flare right now in most of your pictures is very similar? And the innovation will only come when you really keep on pushing the boundaries. So for example, ye wala banaya, fir iska 5 variation banaya. So from the first one to the last one, you'll end up exploring even this silhouette in so many different ways that there will be more variety to choose from. Okay, so even like here, you've got this sleeve. You see this sleeve over here, this circle coming in here. Like I can feel that the clouds, the moon. I can understand where your inspiration is coming from, but it's not repeated enough. Like it's not there anywhere else, right? Maybe can we use it in another place, like in pants? Maybe could it be somewhere? Does it always have to be here? Can it be higher up? Can it be on the neck? Maybe. So can we start to explore our ideas? एक idea मिला, आपको लगता है अच्छा idea है, अभी आप उसको try it in 10 different ways. Scale it up, scale it down, put it on the neck, put it on the shoulder, put it on the arm, put it on the legs, put it on the foot. So when you're drawing and when you're designing, that's what we're supposed to do. Take 10 good ideas and make those 10 ideas into 100. Okay? So that way what happens is you'll end up pushing yourself and end up making your garments look even more interesting and less generic. And this is again feedback for everybody across the board. So I want you all to decide for yourselves that okay, हमको ये 5 या 10 चीजें बहुत पसंद है, अभी आप इनको explore करते रहो. Don't spend your time writing much text for me. It's not necessary right now. right? It's not necessary. We just want to see like your idea on paper. So we see, okay, inspiration aaya, inspiration imagery, lots and lots of imagery. Then you're starting to draw, and then you're editing everything down. So all this editing, writing information can come much later. Right now, just think about design and pushing yourselves more. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
मैम आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन.
Ask.
मैम अगर हम जैसे डिजाइन करते हैं मैम, डिजाइन हम लाइन ड्राइंग्स कर रहे हैं, हम दोनों ने जब जैसे सोचा था हम सिलुएट्स क्रिएट कर रहे थे, उनके रफ डिजाइंस कर रहे थे, हम कुछ और रिसर्च भी कर रहे थे, बट जब तक हम उसके ऊपर टेक्निक्स और सारी चीजें प्लेसमेंट नहीं करेंगे हम एक एंड प्रोडक्ट तो तब तक नहीं दिखा सकते ना.
लेकिन हम विजुअल. So right now, what at this level, at this point,
yes ma'am,
and this is, I'm not asking you for your final end product. At this point, I'm telling you, can you just draw? अगर आपको लगता है कि मेरा जो डिजाइन स्किल है वो SOT पहले आता है, सिलुएट बाद में आता है, no problem. आप SOT पहले आप बहुत एक्सप्लोर करो.
Okay,
आप मत सोचो कि अच्छा मैं अगर ये टाई एंड डाई करूंगी तो मुझे ये टाई एंड डाई ये कुर्ता पर ही डालना है. नो, आप वो टाई एंड डाई एक्सप्लोर करो जितना करना है आपको, फिर सिलुएट करो, and then you can marry the two. In the same way, if you think that my silhouette is my strength, you draw many silhouettes. And कहीं अगर आपको लगता है कि मुझे अच्छा ये वाला silhouette मैंने बनाया है, I'm still doing rough drawing, पर मुझे ये वाला पर दिखाना है कि यहाँ पर थोड़ा एम्ब्रॉयडरी होगा, वहाँ पर स्क्रिबल कर दो, वहाँ पर बेसिक ड्राइंग करो. तो फॉर योर सेल्फ आपको याद है कि अच्छा मेरा आइडिया था कि इस पर मैं ये डालूंगी, लेकिन इफ यू सिट डाउन टू मेक एवरीथिंग फाइनल, ओनली थिंकिंग अबाउट फाइनल प्रोडक्ट नाउ, वो इनोवेशन चला जाता है, वो एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन चला जाता है, क्योंकि हम लोग इतना फोकस्ड है कि हमको वो अच्छा ड्राइंग बनाना है जिससे वो फाइनल, यू नो, what is it that we end up having the biggest problem with students and their teaching is हम हमेशा कहते हैं कि वो लोग पीकॉक लेते हैं और फिर पीकॉक बनाते हैं, राइट? लेकिन वो पीकॉक वो ऐसे हो जाता है क्योंकि दे आर सो वरिड कि हमको वो फाइनल ड्राइंग आपको दिखाना है कि वो लोग भी यही, it ends up becoming the same thing. So I want you all to just step back. You all have good ideas and explore those ideas. Okay. Don't worry right now. We gave you a template. Why? So your presentation का चिंता आपके पास नहीं है. आपको सिर्फ drag और drop करना है. आप एक आइडिया लो, उसको एक्सप्लोर करो, और कहीं जगहों में आपको लगेगा नहीं ठीक है मुझे यहाँ पर थोड़ा सा SOT का आइडिया ऑलरेडी है, वहाँ ड्रॉ करो. लेकिन इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी कि सब पर आपको वो आइडिया डालना पड़ेगा.
Sure, I got your point. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And this is for everybody, guys. This I'm telling them in particular. This is something that needs to apply to everyone. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
So, like even this one, very interesting silhouettes. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on, but it's still like how can we push that further on? If you think that नहीं ये मेरा silhouette generic होगा, लेकिन SOT से ही निकलेगा बाहर, then I want to see your SOT का ideas more. Okay. Because then I can't see it. There's no SOT idea that I can see. Like this.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You know. So you can draw it out, color it, but don't have to make it so pakka.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, okay, ma'am.
Okay, good. Any questions you guys have?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We got your point.
We'll make the changes.
We'll make the changes.
Board, add some more images there and relook at the way you all are building your silhouettes. Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Next. Is Ruchi back from Baroda?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. I'm back.
Okay. Ruchi is back from Baroda. Okay, that's cool. My next one is, this was the presentation, right? I think it was this one. Yeah, okay, so you were telling us about how you've taken the 5 colors you were looking at in trends and looking at trends that had these colors that were
yeah, first मैंने सबसे पहले research किया trend के बारे में. So I got like some एक plus sizes जो trend चल रहे थे तो मैंने वो select किए थे, and jeans और ये pants वगैरह के जो trend अभी right now है 2021 के, तो वो मैंने सिलेक्ट किए थे.
Okay, but when you chose the denim, या आपने जो ये denim का trend सिलेक्ट किया है, हम लोग जब कहते हैं कि हमारा इंस्पिरेशन से हमारा ट्रेंड एनालिसिस मैच होना चाहिए, या आपने कुछ अपना इंस्पिरेशन देखा था, फिर why did you choose the denim trend? आपको denim trend क्यों लगा कि वो मैच होगा?
Actually, ma'am, when I मतलब मैंने जब सोचा कि लाइक इंडिया का जो है ट्रेंड वो स्टिफ मटेरियल, या फिर मैं थोड़ा सा सोच रही थी कि इंडिया के कल्चर एंड उसका जो टेम्परेचर होता है उसके हिसाब से मैं गई, तो मुझे लगा कि मस्ट बी डेनिम कहीं कहीं सूट हो सकता है। अगर मैं इंडिया के इंस्पिरेशन पे लूं, लाइक मॉन्यूमेंट्स वगैरह बहुत स्टिफ है, यहाँ पे टेम्परेचर है, तो उस हिसाब से मुझे ऐसा लगा कि लाइक कहीं डेनिम हो सकता है, सेट हो सकता है मेरे गारमेंट्स।
So it's only for the stiffness of it, right? Basically, for
Yeah,
the
yeah.
okay.
मॉन्यूमेंट्स एंड हेरिटेजेस पे अगर मैं जाऊँ तो, और अगर मैंने इंडिया के बारे में मैंने कुछ पढ़ा था तो एंशियंट इंडिया में जो थे उन लोगों के मटेरियल्स ना पूरे स्टिफ थे, तो मैंने एंशियंट इंडिया को ज्यादा देखा, उसका हिस्टोरिकल, तो वो लोग सब लिनेन और इस तरह का गारमेंट्स पहनते थे, तो बहुत ज्यादा स्टिफ होते थे। सो आई थॉट कि कहीं शायद डेनिम मेरे उसमें जाए, तो आई टूक दैट। And then I research kuch designers who works on the Indian culture, like उनके एम्ब्रॉयडरीज पे उन लोगों ने काम किया था, कुछ कलर्स को लेके काम कर रहे थे, कुछ बेसिकली एम्ब्रॉयडरीज एंड गूगल और वो सब पे काम किया था। सो आई सर्च अबाउट दैट और मुझे पता चला, आई एम सर्च लाइक इंडो वेस्टर्न इंडियन एम्ब्रॉयडरी एंड एम्बलिशमेंट उन्होंने कैसे कल्चर पे डाला और किस तरह से काम किया सिल्विट्स पे, तो वो मैंने थोड़ा सा सर्च किया था।
So when you chose your keywords, these were your final keywords. That was medicine,
Yeah.
root, spicy, texture. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving. This one's not opening, but you finally narrowed down on spices as
Actually,
research, as
मैम
inspiration.
ये कीवर्ड नीचे का है, शायद ऊपर आ गया है।
That's okay, no problem.
एंड मैंने फिर इंडिया का रिसर्च किया, तो मैं बहुत इंस्पायर हुई इंडिया मार्केट से, एंड मैंने इंडियन मार्केट में उन लोगों ने काफी चीजें ऐसे तो एक्सपोर्ट इंपोर्ट किया था, बट दे स्टार्ट वेरी हेवीली लाइक स्पाइसेस, तो वो एक्सपोर्ट करते थे, तो मैंने जो सिल्क रूट था उसके हिसाब से ये देखा, एंड मैंने पूरा स्पाइसेस के ऊपर बोर्ड्स बनाए थे।
But do you feel like spices as an inspiration is too limiting? Because what happens is that it's like you're only looking at spices. Like, where am I going to get my? I can get color from here, of course. I can probably even get some
colors
shapes
and textures. Yeah.
Even textures is only like it's okay. Textures also we can look at that. But what about everything else in my garment? Do you feel like it's restricting? Because I would assume that this is restricting.
Yeah, sometime मैम, because मैंने थोड़ा सोचा था लाइक व्हेन हम उसको कुक करते हैं तब उसके डिफरेंट टेक्सचर्स आते हैं, तो मैं उस पे भी गई कि लाइक जब मैं स्पाइसेस को कुक कर रही हूँ या मैं किसी डिश में उसको डाल रही हूँ तो उनके टेक्सचर्स कैसे आते हैं, तो आई लाइक दिस। तो हाँ, आई एम अग्री, लाइक वो लिमिटेड हो जाता है, काफी सारा लिमिटेशंस आ जाता है कि हम इससे आगे नहीं जा सकते।
So why are you choosing an inspiration that's so limiting?
Because I
or then
actually, I just like the spices.
That's a very bad question. Yeah, that's a very bad question. I take that question back. Why aren't you choosing something to build on that inspiration? Why aren't you finding that next thing? We can always find something else. So say, suppose, okay, you like spices, no problem. You're inspired, no problem. You said the word silk root, right? Silk root is a very, very big, it's a huge inspiration. Even if you say I'm taking Indian markets as my inspiration, I'm focusing on all these spices and colors and texture. But can we look beyond that? Look at the culture around it. Can we look at the kind of people who are selling it? Can we look at the way that the market is set up? Or like, if you think about what was a silk route, it was a path. Trade happened, and it made India very, very rich, right? Because we sold spices, India was very rich because of the spices that we sold. So my point is that when we are looking at an inspiration, when you feel and you know that is limiting, you need to stop there. Don't have to change it. It's not necessary. But you need to find what should the next layer be that I can apply to the inspiration. So I need you to do that. You have to do that before moving forward, because I have seen the rest of your presentation, and what tends to happen is it's very limited. Colors तो ठीक है, चलो colors तो हो जाएगा हमारे लिए. Fabrics भी हो जाएगा, texture सोच के. But what about silhouettes? Now all your silhouettes look so generic.
Generic.
You know, it
Yeah.
doesn't look
It's
like
a
it
trend.
comes from your inspiration. It just looks like it's trend based. But we're looking at trends to know what's going on. We're not looking at trends to copy the trends. Okay, so I need
Okay.
you to step back. I need you to look at what is like my inspiration तो है मेरे पास, लेकिन मैं inspiration
Yeah.
को बढ़ाऊं कैसे कि I have more of a
Fine.
story to tell, and then you need to work your silhouettes out.
Okay, fine, ma'am.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
Huh,
Cool.
yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Ruchi.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Okay,
you
guys.
so much.
You're welcome. Okay. Do we have someone from Bangalore, HSR Bangalore? Do we? Do we? No.
I don't think
Have
so.
somebody from India, but must be
Okay. So do we have someone from Thane? Old Thane. Thane old. Old. The old one. Yes
I
or no?
don't
Only then
think-
I'll open it.
I don't
Raipur?
think-
Raipur?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi. Okay. So I think we discussed your project the last time, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So we can just build on that one. One second. I'm just getting Raipur to open. Okay. So your name is Sucharita.
Sucharita.
So you want to just quickly tell us where you've reached at? I think we've already seen it, so we won't spend too much time going through the first half. We'll see where you've taken it from here, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So your inspiration started with the seed.
The
Yes.
seed. And ma'am, in the previous session, the explanation has been done properly. So this is my inspiration, that is seed, and how the process happens, what are the different things which happens. It needs different atmospheric conditions, then there is balancing and everything is there. These are the research.
Yes.
And then the story of the seed is the basically my view about the seed. And again, these are my keywords,
Right.
which talks about the origin, growth, organic, organism. These are the keywords.
Images. Yeah.
And these are the other inspirations which I found it very interesting.
Yeah.
And then next towards
Hey, do we not have your second part, phase 2?
I have already sent it, ma'am.
Yeah, sorry, it's here. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
I opened the wrong thing, my fault. I'm just gonna go straight to the part where, okay, cool. So this is your definition, your trend analysis. You did all of
These
that
are the
as you
trends.
spoke about. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So these
So this
are
is
my
what this is your inspiration board now.
yes. And this is finally what exactly I'm like viewing in my concept and theme. These are the various images I found. And then about the color story. So I have chosen few elements which are related to my theme, and I have picked up various colors from them. And in the next step, I'll be mixing, or I'll be picking few colors and I'll make one final for the final one.
Right.
And these
That's
are the prints which I visualize, like it will definitely fit the kind of inspiration I'm looking, like जो भी मेरा inspiration है and how I want to see it. These are some SOs, and the similar SOs I'm like the techniques I will be using.
Yeah.
The same with the fabric. These are the very organic and breathable fabric. The detailing I will be focusing on the, and this is yeah. And in the next slide, this is the additional one which I have done from my previous session. So finally, when I see everything, so I got a bit confused, like what are the takeaways I will be taking for my silhouette. So that's why I have created a board where I have finalized these things. Like there will be layering on the silhouette. It can be a functional or aesthetic. There will be gradation because there is an entire stage of growth and everything. There are various textures, and in textures also we can see there are various layers. Layers are something which are very common in that. And then balance. So these are the 4 elements which I will be applying in the entire collection.
So guys, a page like this works very well. You know, it's very nice because, and the reason why I like it is because there's no referencing of clothing over here. Like it's coming from something that's not clothing based, and that's what makes the sheet more interesting. And it also makes it feel like, you know, there's that clarity on what are the different elements that she wants to look at going forward. So this is a very nice sheet.
So
These are your new silhouettes.
The next stage is basically the 4 elements which I have taken, and according to the fabric, the prints, the SOs, and all the stuff which I am exactly looking and which are there in my mind. So I have everything given over here, and a few silhouettes I'm trying to give it as a look like 2-in-1. Like if you wear the upper garment, it will look different, and if you open it, it will come in a different. So how a seed, like a normal seed, if we peel off the layer, we can see a different version. So this is basically my concept. And apart from that, I have chosen few different elements from my inspiration to finalize this.
The only thing I would say to you at this point is the top part, fine, we've reached this place right now, is I want you to not forget that you have these key elements. Like you've made this page very nicely, right? But when you actually go and start drawing it, I feel like you haven't really followed these elements the way you said you would, because I feel like that whole idea of gradation, like where is the gradation? Like where is the layering? You know, so you have all these elements nicely mentioned over there. It's definitely, I've seen the work you did before this. It's definitely a step up. There is like improvement in what was there last time for sure. I will give you that. But for example, you know, if we're talking about, sorry, let me shut the windows, raining very heavily. One second. Yeah, I can hear you better. Yeah. So when you're looking at your different elements you're talking about, right? So we're talking about gradation, balance, texture, layering, and functional aesthetic. I don't see much layering. Can we make the layering a little bit more like there? Because the keywords are very nice, but right now they look very, the silhouettes look very repetitive. That's one, which is still fine because you're looking at something like a tree. So you can see the sheath dress, like you know what a sheath dress is, right? Just a straight tubular dress. That's the basic form that I want to follow, no problem. But then to that, can I add these elements of my gradation and layering on that? See, texture will come through. The texture, I don't doubt it because you've got so many references above of it, right? But the whole gradation and layering part, I want you to put more of that into your drawings. When I'm talking about adding things to your designs, I'm not saying it has to be more complicated, right? You can make the most simple black color dress and tell me, Karishma, this is the design that I want to make, and justify it, and I will have to listen to you, right? But I feel like based on what your keywords are, you could do with a little bit more of that application in your drawing. And the same feedback for you, what I said before to these guys, can you go a bit more fluid with your drawings? And can you go a little bit more, like, not saying make it rough and make it bad, but can you make a few more variations? All your lengths are so similar. You see, all the lengths are very similar right now. Can we play with, except for the one in the center? You're saying you've got layering. So I can see you've got a layer outside, layer inside. But is that enough? Can we not have layering in more ways? Can we not have layering of a lot of different lengths maybe? Can you not layer texture? So can you not actually create layers out of the textures that we see? Or you can even say that, no, I want to really work on surfaces, but then can we actually have more details of what exactly those surfaces are going to be? Maybe you say, I want to first make surface ornamentation. So maybe you do some samples of surfaces, small ones by hand, and then say that I want to apply to this. But I just feel like right now, again, it's become too generic.
Okay,
And
ma'am.
we
I'll
just need
definitely
to
work on
push
that.
ourselves a little bit more, because you guys have the content, and I'm going on saying that over and over. Even the people before this, everyone has the content. I don't know why everyone's so fearful of just spending time to do exploration. You don't have to finish the project. Even if you guys just do like a part of it, but do it damn well. Honestly, I know Jasmine and Anju may not agree with me on this, but for me, that is a huge task done, right? So I just want you all to, just enjoy the process, guys. It's not supposed to be scary. It's not supposed to be like, yay, deadline.
I'm with you. We are with you.
You
So I
agree,
think-
right? You agree with me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank gosh. Good. I thought I was saying something else. But I just want you guys to really focus on, just do quality work. The quantity doesn't matter. Even if it means that till the end of the workshop, we don't go beyond this, it's okay. It's okay. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Do you have any
Definitely.
questions for me?
No, ma'am. I'll be definitely working on it.
Perfect. I'm sure you'll work. I trust that. I'm just saying, like, just when you're working on it, just be more fluid with it, and just, I know I sound very spiritual when I say this, but go inwards, just really be honest with it. Don't say that, oh, what will this person say? Just right now, do pure design work, guys.
Okay, ma'am. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Next, do we have someone from Gurgaon?
Ma'am, excuse me.
Yes.
This is Vijay from Raipur only, ma'am.
Yes,
I have
Vijay.
also sent.
I know. We're trying to do one center first,
Okay,
but
okay, ma'am. Okay.
we'll come back to you. Don't worry. Like, I promise you, I'll get feedback to all of you.
Okay,
That's
okay.
my job.
Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am. Thank you.
Gurgaon, do we have Neha? Because also what you guys can do is, like, now, Vijay, maybe you and Sucharita can start having conversations between yourselves. I want that to happen. Like, you guys work with each other, no?
Yeah.
You all work with each other. You all see each other all the time. It's a good idea for us to cultivate that habit of even showing our work to each other.
We do discuss, ma'am. We
Oh,
do
that's
discuss.
amazing. So maybe what you can do is, even if suppose we don't get a chance to do it with everybody, I would recommend you both sit down with each other and just show each other your work and take feedback based on that.
Yeah.
Because eventually we are not there with you guys in your center. You'll have each other. And this is for everyone else who's on this call. Okay?
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Thank you. Okay, so let's do Chandigarh, Gurgaon. Who's here from Gurgaon?
Almost everybody is here from Gurgaon.
Okay, so we can choose anyone. Let's do Sneha's first. Neha?
Yeah, I'm here.
Sneha, do you want to just quickly take us through what you have done?
Yeah, sure. So basically, I chose something from memories, and for me, memories was something connected to childhood. So I brainstormed something taking the year 1990, and I was like growing up. What was the things that I remember that's actually stuck in my head right now. So I took things like fables, the Sherlock Holmes book, and that's when I got into a certain story which stuck to me, and that's how I got the Dancing Men. Then I had, like, since I loved fashion since then, and I was really, even now, I'm inclined to a lot of street style. So I love the subculture styles, so I chose Lolita as one of the main chosen topics along with that. And then since I used to use, again, I loved using Paint, Microsoft Paint, and all the other elements which are kind of extinct right now. So like floppy disks or video cassettes, all of these things. So I took these elements and I started looking at...
One second. I just want to point out here before I move forward is that the mind map is done really nicely, guys. If you look at her mind map, there's one which is like her first one, which is just words. And like you can see that connectivity between the words taking you to the next word and to the next word. So that link comes in. And then also this one's really nice because you've got the highlight of the ones that work, and you've got these like, then you can see the dotted lines again, which start to show you like a link. So whether I want to or not, they kind of lead my eyes to see them the way she wants me to see them. So I think this is a good technique for people to adapt to their own mind maps also. Sorry, continue.
So like once I made the path of the things that I want to take ahead, so those chosen words I kind of researched on, got some images that I felt actually show me that retro feel or give me that vibe of 90s aesthetics. So those are the pictures that I chose. After that, I have, so from Dancing Man, actually, I did not know much about Indian crafts because I've never lived in India. So that's why I used to ask my mom, and she told me when she saw the Dancing Man, when she was reading it out to me, she told me it looks like Varli art. That's when I actually added Varli art, which you asked me to remove, which I've removed anyways. So I didn't go into that end. This is my trend board. So I've taken power suits, modern folk.
But you don't understand why I asked you. But you understand why I asked you to remove it, because
yes, I totally understood it. Like when I went through it again, and then I felt like I don't want to like spread my hands to everything. So I felt like this is the correct direction.
As long as you understand and don't just do it because I said it, that's what's important.
yeah.
Cool.
Then imperfections, whitewash, and reusability, over the top, and doily. These were the designers that I went through. My keywords: quirkiness, intricate, dancing men, nostalgia, stories, freedom, few colors. These are the finalized pictures.
So, you know, there's one thing that I'm feeling with this one is that you suddenly have this Japanese inspiration, which, and I can totally understand how it fits in. Like, I don't doubt how the Japanese inspiration fits in, because they have this way, it's like, it's a very childlike way of dressing, the way that this particular cult dresses. So I get that. But I want you to either write about that a little bit more in your concept note, or like elaborate on it. Because I feel like because it's somehow, and then also maybe add a bit more of that in your inspiration board. But that's really something that's like
it's actually not an inspiration board, it's more like putting in the entire concept together.
So like maybe when you have that, like, because this part's really interesting, like I see the ruffles and I can see that paint and, you know, her legs. So as an image, it's quite interesting. But if you can bring in a bit more of the Japanese inspiration, because you're talking about it now, or maybe bring it in a bit higher up, because it's also written inspired by patterns, like combinations by creating Japanese inspired patterns. So when you say Japanese inspired patterns, I don't see that anywhere above. I only see this particular street style from Japan, which relates for sure. But then can we write a little bit about that, or find out a bit more about that? And when you're talking about Japanese patterns, maybe bring those in more in your visuals.
Right. Okay. I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, color story also works. That's fine. I like the first one. This is quite nice, and also that glitter part of it, I think, adds more like of an edge to it.
Yeah.
And it takes you back to the 80s quite fast. Though I don't know if you're 80s or 90s, but I'm assuming 80s. I mean, because I'm 80s. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, my fabrics, and I worked with trying to create some prints. I played around. I've not really selected that I want to work with so and so. It's just an exploration so far.
These are nice, guys. And also I think this is for everyone to kind of have a look at. Like, this is quite interesting, because when you're saying that it comes from the cassette, it doesn't mean she's actually going to make the cassette, but it's just about it starts to put into perspective how her head is working. So when I look at it, like I automatically start to see obviously the inspiration. And if you look at this one, wait, I'm going to make it slightly bigger. It's quite nice. Like if you look at this, it is a disc, right? The CD disc, the CD-ROM, but then the way it's been placed right now, it's not about defining exactly how it's going to be. She still needs to define the collection, but this is how rough, when we're talking about rough sketches, this is one way definitely of moving forward with it. Yeah?
Yeah, so usually I actually take printouts of the objects. I kind of like layer them or probably add something more to it, maybe merge two images, but I could not do that right now because there's no printout shops.
No, that's fine.
So that is why I tried doing how much ever I could digitally. So yeah.
Yeah, it works. It's interesting. I like it. But then, like, can we continue with that kind of energy in the ones that we finalize also? Like when we start to finalize it, you know, sometimes what happens is like these look so great because they're collages. You know,
actually these are not the finalized designs. These were all rough. Again, they're all rough silhouettes that I've simplified, taking those ideas in the beginning. Like I'm looking at those pictures and I'm creating 2-3 ideas out of it. So I still don't know what print or what color, whether it's going to be from the Lucid palette where things are going to be transparent. All of those things I've not decided yet, because I do have one texture, that's the imperfection texture that I wanted to work on. It's in my head, but I've actually not put it in here, wherein I'm going to take few different kinds of denims, stitch over it, kind of have bold line, like, you know, those overlocking kind of technique over it. So I wanted to work on it, but I don't know, like nobody has done it, so I'm not able to show a picture of it.
Just no, so try doing it yourself. I'm sure you'll have some fabric.
Yeah, the thing is, I do have like my what's that called, my stuff, like the fabric and everything, the sewing machine, but it's all in Mumbai, and I just moved to Delhi a couple of months back since I got married, so I don't have anything here. I kind of feel displaced, so that's why I didn't know how to like put it across.
And needle, fabric.
Yeah.
Take a needle.
Yeah, I don't have the fabric, but I'm going to try and look for some old fabrics. I'm working on it. So
even if you don't
have
that,
then I'll put a picture.
For example, if you're telling me denim, even if you don't have denim, it's okay. Even if you just find.
Hello?
I think there's some connectivity.
Yeah.
And like a kapda. It's just me now.
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Yeah. So I was saying that don't worry about doing it on denim. So the idea is that as designers, we need to just keep working on ideas. So if you can't find an image of what you want to show me on the internet, that's great news. Right? That's good. That means you're actually making something of your own. So don't feel stuck with, I need this kind of material or I need this kind of color. When we're developing samples, we just develop them with whatever we have available, because that is the main focus. But also one bit of feedback I'd give you on your silhouettes is that can you maintain that fun? Because I feel like the minute you simplified it, I think you've kind of oversimplified it.
Okay.
Right? So for example, this one's interesting. Like, you know, it's got those elements of it being like edgy, of this, you know, the childlike nature of your memories and nostalgia, and it's got like elements on it. For me, this one, like this one too, like with the circular sleeves, could those become like more, could they be layered up? So I just don't want to be underwhelmed after being, you know, after going through your stuff. Like I don't want you to I don't want you to oversimplify your silhouettes. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. I don't want you to oversimplify your silhouettes. Like I want you to not lose that, you know, edginess of the kind of build-up that you've already created. Because for me, this sheet that I'm showing you right now is very generic. Like, yeah, you know, it's there. It's generic. And I know that maybe once you put your surfaces and all, it may become more exciting, but just don't oversimplify. That's my only feedback to you right now. Does that make sense? Huh?
I think she is not connected. She's not able.
Yeah, I think she's. But if someone can just convey that message to her when she comes back, I can tell her. But I think we're done with hers, with Sneha's. Okay, so the next center we have is Pune, Pimpri. Anyone from Pimpri over here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Hi. What's your name? Then I'll. Sorry.
Sandra, ma'am.
We'll do yours.
Ma'am, there are more people.
Yeah, that's fine. You came up first, so we'll do yours first.
Okay.
Okay, so do you want to quickly tell us about your inspiration?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, from childhood, I was very fascinated with the island, with Hawaii. So when I was told that I should think of something that I like, I thought of Hawaii, but then I said I didn't want to be stuck with the same island. So I went on thinking ahead, and then many things came to me, the sea, then the sports and everything. And suddenly I came up to the coral reef underwater when I went, thinking more deeper, and that caught my attention. And I felt that it was so beautiful, though it was so vast. And then I just got, more interested into doing a study about the entire thing. So I went studying about the same, and I saw that there would be a lot of inspiration for me over there, because I really understood what the coral reef was. That was neither a stone nor a rock. Actually, it is an animal. So it was something that took me by surprise. So then I said I should work with it, and I went ahead working with the same. Then I got to know that it had so many other species of fishes and the entire rainforest that depended on it. Then when ma'am, you requested us to work with trends, so instead of taking the garment trends, I took the world trends. So I took the ailing planet, like COVID. It could be anything else also. Then something that's from the product life management, and the trend of mega cities, and the different trends that came in here also. So I wanted to relate my designs with my trends. So I started going, ma'am, you can go ahead. Here I made this tabular form where you can see that I have mentioned my trends, the fashion designer, and the inspiration. So where you said the new illness, and the fashion designer that designed the COVID garments, but then I thought my inspiration was underwater. So what was that? The pollution at sea. So that's how I related this with my trend. Then the next one was product life, and I thought that the coral reef, which dies off, it becomes totally white because it's very colorful. It dies off because of the pollution, and then it still looks beautiful. So I thought somewhere it would inspire me in my garments. Then the mega cities, which is a trend now. Also, I could see that the coral reef is very huge, and then how people live into it, and then it's sometimes it's a necessity with all the luxuries in like one segment of the society feels. So I thought somewhere there I could get inspired and have something elaborate in the garment. Then the curfew that I took was the planet that breathes, the carbon credits. So I again thought about the dead reefs, that I could, it would inspire me to make something beautiful in white. So I thought that I could take that as my inspiration. Later, it is an era of optimization. So here, again, in the underwater species, there are many things that are, looking 3D, some transparent, and many things. The structure of the reef itself is very beautiful. So I thought I could work on that. Here, another trend that is coming, that is the Internet of Things, that is dependency. Where I have shown it in one of the garments, that how the reef, the underwater life depends on the reef, and the reef also somewhere depends on it, and the whole ecological system depends. So I designed one garment where one side of the garment depends on the other. So if one part is not there, it would just fall apart.
Right.
So then if you go a little down, these are the designers that work in the same with the same themes. I think we have spoken about it before, so ma'am, we'll go ahead. These are my keywords, where I took the imagery from this, that is the coral reef, sand, the brain, because the coral reef looks like a brain, so one part of it. And these are the different images which inspire me. The design, the color, the different underwater life, the fishes. This is again the water sports, and I wanted to show both the dead reef and the colorful part of the reef. So, ma'am, if you go down to my sketches.
I just saw your little note over there.
No, I put this in a poem.
Yeah.
It's okay, ma'am. We'll go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Ma'am, these are the images which, I feel that it could be my inspiration board, where there is a lot of texture also and color. But I was a little bit confused whether I would just take one color and go into it, or I would make it very colorful. So I put both. So in the next slide, you would get to see the gradation of one particular color, like green over here. And in these images, if you go a little to the next slide, you'll see that I have taken the fish, which is there, and I have created sketches on that. The mandarin. So
I keep going lower down?
Yes. This is the surface ornamentation and the textures. So I thought these are the things which would work for me. That is cut work, pleating, and a little bit of embroidery, that is a 3D embroidery, even ruffles, which are used in a very different way. So I'm just thinking that even if we use ribbon embroidery, which gives a very bulky look, so the structure would be very simple, but the work on that would really enhance the garment. So not any particular work, but I have put in a lot of different types of surface embellishment. These are the sketches, ma'am. You're basically, if I don't know if you really can make out the first sketch. The small image what I have put, I would like to do that work on the neck, but it won't be attached to it. It would be free-flowing, just on the neck it would be attached.
Okay, at this point, like I'm going to stop you now. I think your inspiration is very fascinating. When I saw it, I was just like, this is really cool that you were looking at a trend analysis of things apart from fashion. So it really works very well. But then what happens is then we come to the silhouettes, and then we come to the drawing of the garments, and then suddenly it's kind of, it starts to trail away from there. Like I really want you to, there's so much stuff up there you're talking about, and you're not necessarily only talking about the coral, you're talking about the entire ideology behind it. Like, just all.
Ma'am, you're not audible.
Hello, now can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm saying that, you looked at so many different things on top when you're talking about all these interesting ideas and wait, I'm going to go back to that place so I can take you through it properly. I don't want you to just come and end up getting lost in saying, I'm going to do surface ornamentation of corals and that's about it. Like I'm expecting a lot more out of it because you have that content above. You need to firstly...
Sorry.
Bolo? No, say.
Ma'am, not only surface ornamentation, actually I want to do like t-shirt cutting. So I want to do that and use that as one part. Macram, I want to use macram in it. So I could not put much over there as sketches.
But the thing is that why can't we see that coming through? Like, why can't we see that coming through? Why do I end up just seeing like this one, for example, is all I end up seeing here is a pair of pants that overlaps. It's got a, like, this has got a watery kind of effect. Because that's not it, like that's not the direction you should be going into at all. Like you're saying macrame, I want to work with upcycle macrame stuff, and you tell me fine, I'm not able to draw it, I understand, but here it doesn't look like that macrame is anywhere. Like this just looks like a very pretty like dress that you're making inspired by the coral with edging and detailing on it. So if you're talking about I want to do this whole idea of upcycling and the fact that the planet is dying, and I want to do macrame and I want to do t-shirt cutting and all of these things, I am not getting that feel from the illustrations, because none of these illustrations that you've shown me look like that or even feel like that right now. It just is like a transparent jacket.
Ma'am, you're lost. Ma'am, you're not audible.
Hello? Yeah, I just really want you to step back once and rethink how you're translating your inspiration, because if you just do this for me, I'm not going to be very, it's not just about me, because you clearly are thinking. You're thinking in some other sphere and then you're drawing in some other sphere. And it just looks like it's, you know, there's no link in the work. I mean, of course, for anyone else who said I'm doing coral reef and stuff, I would expect something like that to come out. But when you're saying that and you're showing me all those dreams on top, and then you bring me over here and then go like, this is a translucent jacket. Do you get what I'm saying? So I want you to push yourself. I want you to push yourself. And if you're saying macrame, then every damn thing here should have that element of upcycling, of macrame, of like the craft could be just that. You don't have to do any embroidery. It could just be macrame garments in like beautiful colors, and that's it. That's as simple as it could be. So I want you to rethink this whole part, please.
Yes, ma'am. And this is the one I was talking, ma'am. The third one on this side. If you, get it a little.
This one?
Yes, yes. That is the one which, you know, one part depends on the other. Where there are zippers everywhere.
Yeah.
Correct.
Every
part is a zip. So
okay, so that means you pull one thing off the other thing. Interesting idea. Interesting idea. I want you to explore these. So when you find an idea that you think is interesting, I want you to just do it like 50 times, 50 variations. You know, maybe can you combine the zipper ideas thing? If I pull out one zipper, this falls off. If I have the zipper, this falls off. So when you say zipper over here and then you show me that organza 3D embroidery transparent jacket, it's not like it. It's like two different people. Okay, and I want you to stick to the one that's more thoughtful.
Yes, okay. This jacket has a lot of cut work on it. I don't know if I could illustrate it well.
So, you know, let's do one thing. Maybe what you don't need the embroidery. Maybe you need more of the techniques and these kind of ideas of, you know, when you're saying that my whole garment has zips, and the fact is I'm trying to convey that if one part opens, the other part falls off. That's a great idea. It doesn't need any embroidery. You just do that in plain fabrics. It could be ombre dyed or whatever it is, but you don't need it. So sometimes we need to undesign or reduce the amount that we're designing and just focus on the good ideas and explore those further. So maybe you don't waste your time with the embroidery. Put more effort and thought into silhouette, shape, you know, an interesting idea, an opening, fastening, macrame, those things.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, do we have anyone here from Delhi West?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do Delhi West. We'll do one more from Rajkot right after this. The ones who we haven't spoken with, you will get the feedback via email by, I think, by tomorrow night for sure. But right after Rajkot, I want you guys to ask me any questions that you all have. You all have seen a variety of projects right now. You've seen about 7 or 8 projects right now, which are kind of catering to different things and have different ways of the way that they have represented it. So if you all have any questions about anything in particular, please do ask me, because after this, we'll do Rajkot and we'll do about 10 minutes of Q&A. Okay?
Karishma, if you could do Chennai, because you've already done one from Rajkot, and Chennai people also want some kind of a feedback.
Rajkot. Oh yeah, so I've done Rajkot already.
So you've done
Okay, we
Rajkot.
can do Chennai. Yeah, okay, we'll do Chennai. No problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I actually left Chennai out of my list by mistake. Nothing personal. Okay, New Delhi West. Let's do this. Let's open the Chennai one to that. Can you please tell us about your inspiration?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. So the inspiration stems from the current situation that we're all living in.
Right.
So being locked down has made us come to a realization that we can definitely live with less. And
Right.
ma'am, I think, is this the entire presentation? Because we have the brainstorming and everything also.
Oh, that's in a separate one? Okay, okay, wait. I'll open
It
that.
should be in the same one.
It's because this one is your second, or this is only your second
Yeah,
phase.
I think it's just
Also, you guys put everything in one presentation only, because that's much easier for us. When we see them in 2 separate ones, no, it's nicer to have it in one flow. So going forward, when you upload it, now upload the whole thing together.
Yeah, I think we told them in the email that they're supposed to submit all whatever work they've done till that point together.
A continuous one, yeah.
Yeah, because then it doesn't otherwise make sense.
Yeah. And ideally, we don't want to have so many files floating around. So it'll be nicer if it's all in one place, and we can also let go of the extra data. Yeah. And I end up checking the wrong one sometimes. I'm just saying that also happens. Okay. Okay. So you want to start quickly? Tell me.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, ma'am, I'll start here. So as I was saying that being locked in our houses, that it has given us enough time to introspect, and we have come to realize that we can definitely live with less, right? We have, especially in Delhi, after years and years together, we finally got to see the clear blue sky, and we finally got to see a lot of like the nature healing right in front of our eyes, which we were not like a witness to since a really long time. So talking about this, we want to consciously cut down consumerism, which is the act of producing and buying at a large scale, and which tends to use and throw of items. So we want to consciously be cutting that down and move to making less but making better, buying less but buying better. And also the entire COVID situation, since it has brought about this understanding of how things can be worked on online, and it would overall, I think, even in the coming future, it would restrict global travels also so much for business. Like if for example, I need to communicate with a team in the US, I could probably do it over a Zoom call instead of flying immediately to different places. So because of that, work from home culture is something we are adapting to, and it is turning out to be successful. So I feel like it's going to go on for a while. And the entire collection that we have developed over here is to offer fashionable yet comfortable and functional clothing for people who are working from home. So in terms of some key design elements, we've talked about having the treatments done on mainly the tops, mainly around the neckline, something around the sleeves, which shows more on a camera. And also it is to invest that design energy as well as money on the places where it's most visible. And so we're not spending any time on the backs. Also, moving away from embroideries, which add a lot to cost, we're moving to simple fabric manipulations like ruching and some fabric manipulations like pleating, which don't, of course, consume a lot of fabric, because we also want to move to sustainability where we're not wasting resources. So something that cuts down cost and gives a stylish garment at the end. Also, since the inspiration was to keep the earth as happy as it looks today and the sky as blue as it looks today, we also want to be able to use natural fabrics, and we want to be able to use natural fabrics very close to their natural state also. So not to say that everything that we wear, if I have to wear a shirt for an office meeting, it has to be crisply ironed. So for that, the imperfections and the textures that are found in nature, we would want to incorporate those in the garments. For example, a crinkled fabric for a top, any wrinkled or crinkled fabric options. So one does not have to waste energy resources as well in order to maintain that garment each time.
Yeah.
And coming to silhouettes, the basic direction was something that's more relaxed and boxy, so that it helps to it makes the user sit in a lot of ease through the day, and also it can help you like work around the house as well as attend all the meetings, carry out whatever functions throughout the day.
Right. Just gonna keep going down. I mean, it's quite straightforward in terms of an inspiration. I just want to know that when you say boxy and loose silhouettes, like how are you going to translate that? Like, how do you translate? Like, what is boxy for you may not be boxy for me. So I'm just trying to get to that place where I can ask you those things. 1 second.
Ma'am, also I would request Lekha if she could also contribute.
Yeah, can she come? Lekha?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm there. Ma'am, can we just continue with the second PPT because we have that in the second one?
Yes, yes, of course.
Ma'am, next time we'll
Yeah,
combine.
this one, right? Yeah. Tell me about this.
Yeah, so ma'am, we have done this color story. Prachi ma'am has attempted it, so maybe she can explain on that further. Then we'll come down to the silhouettes. It's all basically, ma'am, muted tones or going by the rustic feel of it, or the organic and sustainable thing. So whatever relates to that, so we have tried to incorporate that. And also varied color board, maybe you know, we can also go for pastel shades probably. And
right.
If in terms of fabric, if we talk about, so we were talking of the textured feel, the, you know, that is coming from nature. So maybe in terms of fabrics, it can be self textured fabrics also, and all organic and stuff, like since we are talking of sustainability right now. The one that you can see, it's there, the textured cotton linen that we are talking of here. And then,
yeah, I would recommend you guys just stick to those ones. Don't try bringing in the twill and the silk because I don't think it's needed. Just do a combination of the textured ones. So the textured cotton, textured cotton jacquard, and the double gauze. That will be quite interesting because then you that's all you see, and that monotony could be quite nice actually.
Right.
But then the thing is, with that kind of fabric, achieving pleating is quite hard because you won't be, it's not so defined, but then you need it to be defined. This is something that you'll only know through trial and error. You know, whether you need, how the pleating will actually look with the crinkled fabric like that.
Yeah, I mean, going for a very structured ones, rather, I'd say all the soft pleating and, you know, involving various surface ornamentation techniques, like the ones that you're seeing here, the variations of smocking techniques.
Ruching is much nicer though. Even the whole ruching idea is quite nice. We just did those in volumes in like large, small and different parts of it. So maybe even pleats you don't need, like you simplify it down even further. And you just did like the crinkled fabrics, the ruching in all of these lighter colors, maybe tone on tone. You don't even dye your fabric. Maybe it's, you don't even have a color story. It could just be the natural color of the fabric. Even that is something that works with the kind of inspiration you're talking about. So you can actually like really declutter a lot more and simplify it down to just whites on whites, no color, but just these beautiful crinkles and these lovely like ruching techniques which add like volume and comfort to your pieces.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But see, like this is when I start feeling like, you know, again the same thing. Like look at this silhouette, guys. Look at this. What we were talking about, the ruching, easy to wear pieces, and then suddenly you see so much tailoring and texture. You know, so based
texture
on,
is only in terms of fabric. That the first silhouette that you're seeing right there, usme there's not much of techniques involved. Rather, we have used just a simple fabric which is self-textured. So
don't you feel like that? Don't like with the kind of way you're talking about your entire inspiration, like this is too tailored for that. Like it's too much. Why do we have to have collars? We're saying that we just want stuff on the neck. We don't want something at the back, but we're still investing the time in making like double-breasted collars, which doesn't make any sense, you know. So if the vibe of your collection doesn't require so much of like
ma'am, basically what I was looking for is something which is which you can probably wear it in a work from home meeting also, and then probably if you have to step out, you can go in that same outfit. It can be, it should be like on the whole look like a smart casual outfit, which is wearable for both the purpose, easy going as well if you're at home, and also it can be like, if talking of this blazer dress that you are seeing right here, so more of the design element that is put in, basically if the collars are being used because it'll make it look more presentable on the front.
That's debatable. I can argue with that about that all day, because that's completely subjective. And it also depends on how you do it. Like you have asymmetric clothes that look damn presentable, they'll never have a collar on it, right? You will have so that is not something you can convince me with. But my point is, when you're saying it has to be something I can wear easily at home and go out with and still work with, is this something that is this something that falls in that category? I don't think so. Like, is this something that I would never sit at home and work from home? And if
maybe not the pants, maybe we have tried to play because this is the exploration stage, so maybe we can.
So I'm your customer. Like I'm a full this is the kind of stuff that I love. Like, okay, I as a consumer would purchase the kind of what you sold to me earlier. I would purchase that. But then when you show me these silhouettes, I would never be able to wear those crinkly cotton kind of like lovely clothes in monotones and then go into something which looks as complicated as this one. Okay, so I'm just trying to explain to you guys that link, like your build-up is very nice. It's very interesting. It's very contemporary. It's exactly what works right now. I mean, I'm sure if you, with that kind of mood board, if you put a collection out into the market, you'll be able to sell it. But I don't see the link between your silhouettes and your inspiration somehow. Like you've got some things like, okay, you're saying you want to make a blazer, by all means make a blazer. You want to put a collar, by all means put a collar. But does it have to be so tailored? Do you need to have do I need to have a dart? Like, do I need to have these princess seams over there? Is that necessary? Do I need to make it so complicated on top? Because I'm talking about comfort, organic. I'm talking about light fabrics, easy to wear. I cannot, like this kind of a piece, which I'm circling right now. If I didn't iron this, you would not be able to tell what it was anyways. So if you're talking about, if that is your ethos and that is the philosophy you want to follow in this collection, then the silhouettes need to reflect that. Okay? So I want you all to just, if you all have something else to say to me, you all can tell me, but I'll have to take a message from you all separately because I have another meeting at 5:10, so I have to go 5:15, and I have to do Chennai still. But if you have to say something to me, please send me a message and tell me. But my feedback to you guys is definitely that you all need to just consider, for example, this one. This one works. This is fine. You talk to me about this, it's fine. But the minute you say this to me with a belt,
I think I've lost this.
hello?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah. So I just want you to rethink the kind of pieces. Like you have certain pieces, like for example, these pants, the bottom of these pants, I can still imagine working with the vibe you've tried to create. But then suddenly when you come to the top, it's so much tailoring. So everything you're saying to me gets nullified just because the tailoring is still going to be pretty hectic. So just once I want you all to rethink your silhouettes for sure. You'll need to rethink them. And also maybe rethink that if this is the kind of silhouette you want to make, then you need to rethink your inspiration. You need to rethink something for sure.
Right. So basically what you want to go ahead with.
Yeah. So you need to simplify I know I told someone not to, and that's the thing, right? Everyone's design work needs different kinds of direction. There was, I think, Sneha from Gurgaon, and I was telling her, don't oversimplify, right? Don't oversimplify. But to you, I'm saying simplify. So your inspiration determines what you need to do with that collection.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, just the all the techniques, as in you want.
I think I'm losing you guys.
Cut
If
down
you all
on
can
it.
hear me, just say yes.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Okay, so basically what you want us to do is cut down on the surface manipulation techniques, because there was more of that, like, you know, I was using smoking and probably the eating part. You want us to work with thing very quick, kind like ruching and all, but not overdo it again at the same time, and get the simplified silhouette in terms of like the boxy ones that you are preferring.
No. And also, it's not about me preferring. Okay, I'm not sitting here to tell you exactly how to do design. It has to be about what you like and what you don't like. So please don't follow everything that I say if you don't agree with it. But my point is that when I say simplify, I just mean that even if you take a dress, a simple dress, you know, you want to make it slightly fitted, make it fitted, not boxy, no problem. You want to add like 20 ruching on it, but self on self in one texture, do it. That's not what I'm not telling you exactly what all you need to remove. I'm just saying when you talk about your inspiration and you show me a garment like this, I don't see the link. I don't see the vibe that you're selling us. Maybe you need to understand the vibe that you're selling us first. Like, do you really?
It's gone again.
I think she's getting some connectivity problems, so maybe.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So when you need to, I have a feeling that there is a certain disconnect between the inspiration you guys have chosen and the kind of designs that you guys like to make, which is probably why there is that. And if you feel like, I mean, is it that one person did the first part and one person did the second part? Is that what happened?
We were going in sync already in the first also, but yeah, we three people are involved in the same.
Yeah. So when you did the silhouettes, did you all do them separately?
Yeah, two of us did the silhouette and.
Okay, do one thing. It's not a big deal. Just take a step back and rethink it. If you feel like that's not the vibe of your collection, is probably what you guys are drawing right now. Maybe you need to rethink your inspiration. But if you feel like you are convinced with your inspiration, I want you to reconsider the way you're translating it onto silhouettes.
Right.
Keep those keywords in mind: comfort, color on color, minimalism. Keep those ideas in mind and then draw. Okay.
Ma'am, I would like to add something.
Bolo.
We will simplify these silhouettes. I understood what you are saying, so we'll do that.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I think the network also went at some point, so I kept repeating myself because I wasn't sure if you heard me or not. Okay, from Chennai.
Yeah, all the three people are there.
Everyone's here. So have you guys done one project or are they three different now? I'm a bit confused.
And then you had told in the second part to do it separately.
Yes, so you separated it out. Okay, so Ansha, let's do it with you. Yeah. Okay.
Karishma, there is HSR also, sitting here, and we had called out to them earlier, but maybe they were missing at that point of time. So we're running short. Should we call them tomorrow then?
Yeah, HSR, can you join us tomorrow? We'll see you guys right in the beginning and then you can leave the call.
Yeah,
if that works for you guys, because we've heard the feedback today already.
We'll send you the link for tomorrow's meeting, so you come in for tomorrow's meeting. Fine?
Yeah. So we'll start with you guys tomorrow and then you all can leave the call, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Tomorrow we'll be there.
Thank you.
Just
Sonia.
we need to know the time.
I think same time, 3 o'clock tomorrow.
That works.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah. So Ansha, you want to just take us through your work?
Yeah, basically the whole thought process that we started as a group and such was about Chennai.
Yeah.
So what are all the speciality of Chennai that we generally have as such, the culture, and also the more about the people, and also what art and cultural values that they have, what are all the intricate detailings that we do. the kolam that we put, basically the art that is there, and the temple gopurams and everything, and the dance art and Tanjore painting. These are all something that we collectively put across. Then further on, like we were having like initial little work were like given to us, basically to split up the different members to work on separately, so the clarity becomes much better. So we went on the research work more internally on the caricature and the food and in other importance that we get. Further on with the research trend of like more where we were keen on all these pleating, construction and other things, and also like the free-flowing garments that would be interesting, along with gathers and pleats also, which will be interesting to add in with the elements. And these are the designers' inspiration that we had taken up for all of us. Further on, from which I had taken, of course, for the gopuram, basically the intricate detailing that is there in the monumental tower of the temple, and then like the cloth hangings, decorative hangings that we do, and then even the kolam that we put, which is like quite decorative, colorful, or like basic lines that we generally do. These were something that I had taken, and structured drapes and then Chennai landscape prints. These were something I thought I can add along with the key elements that were there as such. So taking further, you will see that temple gopurams. These are like this is like holy chariot that is in Madurai. You will see that how decoratively it is there. So these are some of the inspiration I had like put across. And further on, you will see that how the padi kolam, this is basically what you see in the left is the padi kolam, and then have different kolams also, that is like the inspiration I had taken across. And going on, you will see like I was more attracted to the sari pleats, the drapes and the constructed pleats that is generally there in the sari. So you will see more of the inspiration coming across with that, how we can play across different drapes and how it will look more interesting as such. So that is what I have taken forward in my inspiration as well.
The only thing is when you put these images here, of these of the drapes, these are not traditional pictures.
Yeah,
right?
this is not traditional ones. Yeah, I haven't like just stuck with the traditional ones. There are like little, you see like these ones are traditional ones. The other ones are like little changes that has been gotten, which I wanted to incorporate. That's the nothing else as such. Like the main thing was like how draping and pleating can be incorporated in attire, and the thought process was like as I started doing it, it was more clear for me to ensure that like sari is something that you don't see these people in Chennai wear that much compared to what it was. But I wanted that to be implemented. So you will see like all my further inspirations in how it can be added across to makeup. That's what I would have given about it also, like about my collection. So it's basically urban culture, like urbanized kalacharam. Kalacharam means culture. So that is what I've put across in the collection. So like, even though we have moved ahead, I still want to keep those elements along with what is there and make it look still that we enjoy it as such. Like as we do enjoy all these things, this is where I wanted to incorporate.
So I think maybe you need to actually bring in more referencing of the sari, because when you say when you're looking at the temples, right, your temples have a lot of structure in them. They have like layers, they've got structures. So, you kind of, it doesn't feel like something which, even if there are pleats or drapes, that it'll be something that's very loose. It's going to be something that even if it's a drape, it'll be a very structured drape. It'll be like well pleated, like quite strong. Yeah. And when you look at like kolam as the inspiration, which is like this kind of inspiration, again, there are lots of lines in it, which are really interesting, because the way I see it right now is that the kolam and your temple architecture could have at some point inspired each other. Yes, for sure.
Right? Correlated somewhere. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. It correlates. So you've got this whole element of the temple and the kolam happening, and then you look at the sari, and you'll see in the sari drapes there are always lots of lines in it, and the way that they've draped it over here, because maybe of the choice of fabric, the silk in South India is so nice and has so much structure to it that it stands in a certain way, which again then correlates back to your temples, right? So maybe what you need to do is really focus on these three aspects only. Even if you don't want to do kolam, you can even drop the kolam. You just keep the temple and the drapes of the saris, but look at more drapes traditionally, because the kind of drape that I see over here again has become too free flowing, which then negates your structure and stiffness from the temples, right? But so the sari, the traditional drapes in those lovely silks relates more to your inspiration than an image like something like this. Okay, and usually I don't encourage a lot of people to use new age garment drapes or inspirations, because it's already an inspired version of your inspiration. So if you want to be really inspired, it's better to go to the source of the inspiration than go to an inspired image, right? Because there's more scope to work with that. So if you work on those two elements, I think there's a lot that you can get out of them, and then explore it further. Because again, it still is Chennai, it still talks about culture, it still talks about people, but you're just kind of removing some of the additional stuff which is probably not needed right now. Okay. So in terms of color story, again, this is very subjective because you're talking about a city and a culture, but I just feel like this palette is probably too dull. You want to go with the brighter ones, so focus on the brighter ones. Like this one picture itself has so many colors. It's incredible. So if you just focus on this one photo and remove as many colors as you want, that would work really well. In terms of fabric options, again, your fabric options, there are quite a few, but if you're going with something stiffer, then you can relook at which ones you want to keep and which ones you want to remove for sure. Yeah. And then of course, you already have
sketches. I was like, I thought I need to work on from what you had given input. I thought I need to work on more because it gives an, I've just experimented with a little with the pleats and other things. And that's what I felt, I thought that would be the feedback that you might give.
No, so what you can do is now, based on all of this pleats and stuff that we've just spoken about, now you rethink it, saying that if I'm doing pleats and drapes, there still need to be a structure in it. It can't be so free flowing. So the pleats and drapes for sure, but you may want to rethink also what the positioning is. Like, do pleats and drapes always have to be at the hip or at the bottom? Can they be somewhere else? Can you just...
I can work on that. Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, just rework those ones. I think that would make it very interesting. Cool. Any questions?
No, I got the idea. So basically, in the surface ornamentation from the Gopuram, like the chariot hangings and other things, you will see that I've taken the tassels and other things to add on, which is basically an add-on that is going to be there. Nothing like this is what is concrete. So I've just pitched in everything that, like now, if I had to think about the structured drapes only, things that is like, well, you can only make it in a soft fabric, that won't actually go along with it. That is something that I'll have to cut it down. So might be the zari work and other things will still go on. And I have to cut down more on the tie and dye and other things, which again...
It's not needed. It's not necessary. It's like, it isn't included. But the tassels could be quite interesting, because if you did the structure and the draping, all the structure, and you just did like tassels, so that could still be an added thing, because that hangs off your garment. It's not going on your garment to actually change the surface of your garment. So you can still consider some decorative items for sure, but you don't need the tie and dye and all. I agree with that. So remove the tie and remove the dye. Even kalamkari, you can see, like, again, we don't need to force everything into one collection. Even if you just focus on structure and a little bit of ornamentation, like edges and tassels and stuff, I think that could still be interesting.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you.
So I think we've run out of time. It's almost 5.
Okay.
So I think everybody had a good feedback.
I have to move on to my
Yeah.
So, I mean, just for everyone else who's listening, you need to listen so you can see, because I'm sure you may look at someone's work and realize, I am making that same mistake, or I am doing the same thing well, right? So you will also understand what works in your own work. So at that point, I mean, if you feel like you want to already go back and relook at something, you don't want to wait for my feedback to come into you guys, you can let Jasveen ma'am know and she'll tell me, and then you can always resubmit after editing that. I know that's a lot of back and forth for us. I know that Jasveen is a lot of back and forth for us, but I think that could be helpful too. If someone feels like they've got some clarity and they really want to already review their work before me giving you feedback today evening or adding any more feedback to you guys, you can just let us know, but let us know now. Don't tell us tomorrow, because then the work will already have been sent to you guys. Okay?
Yeah. Just a minute, ma'am. I'm Suparna from INFT Chennai. I was just going through your folder. I found that my name was not there in that presentation.
Yeah,
I'm just concerned that whether you
I'm
have
also concerned. Yeah, I was also wondering why one person's. So Parna's is missing from the Chennai folder.
We'll look into it, because whatever material we've received, we put it in the folders. So I'll check if it's lying on somewhere.
We'll make a note of it though. We'll check on it.
Yeah. Because like she was the first one to submit it. So.
Yeah. Y'all were three of you. I know I'd given you feedback on the first day. I remember that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So we'll have
cool. Okay. I'm sorry. I know I said questions and answers and all of that jazz, but I have to run because it's already 5 o'clock. But I really hope that you guys at least figured something from someone else's work that's going to help you guys. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, guys. See you all. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye. Thanks, Karishma.
Bye.